everybody, so last time I made my homemade butternut squash soup, I said I would share it with you the next time I made it, as it's such a simple recipe and the soup is so delicious. Excuse the sizzling in the background, Tony's cooking up some chicken for his lunch, so that's what the noise is. But I'm going to make it in my soup maker. So I have this soup maker, which is the Morphy Richard Saute and Soup. So it's got the blade on the handle, and then you plug in the pot, you connect the two pieces together, and you can see on this one I have a few options. So I have smooth soup, chunky soup, I have juice, and I have blend. There's also a setting, if you don't put the lid on and you just turn the pot on, you can actually use it to saute off. So if you wanted to saute onion or bacon or something like that before you started your soup, you can do that for a few minutes beforehand. So it is a really good one. I will put a link to this particular model in the description box down below. If you are keen to buy a soup maker, I can highly recommend this one. So in order to make my butternut squash soup, this is what I use. Obviously a butternut squash, doesn't matter how big or small. These kind of medium-sized ones have been in the shops a lot lately and they're perfect size for this. Then a red onion, which I will chop up. A potato, which I will just put in chopped as it is, skin and all, and I find that gives it a really lovely texture. A red chilli, which I'll just de-seed and chop and throw in. A little stock pot of vegetable stock, and then some water to top it up. I'm just going to put all of that in the stock pot, in the soup maker, and then 20 minutes later I'll have perfectly smooth, delicious butternut squash soup. So once I've got everything in there, I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so there's the butternut all chopped up and ready to go in. I've also got the stock pot open, I've got my water ready, and in here you can see I've got the red onion, the potatoes and the chopped chili pepper. Simple as that. Butternut's going in, the stock pot and the water. Put the lid on, 20 minutes. You just put it to smooth actually. It's set, you don't have to decide how long it's going to take. You just put it on to smooth and it sorts itself out. First of all, it takes a while to heat up, obviously cooking through the vegetables, and then it starts to make a lot of noise periodically as it blends it all up. You don't have to worry about the size of the chunks that you put in there. So even, I've got one of the stick blenders as well, and even if I make soup with that, sometimes it takes forever to get things blended down. This just sorts it out. That blade on the handle there is really, really sharp, and it really takes care of everything. I've put in sort of quite decent sized chunks, and they will cook well, they'll go soft, and they'll puree up nicely. So once it's all done, I'll come back and show you the finished soup. And so here we are, 21 minutes later exactly. The soup is done. I'm going to pour out my bowl that I'm going to have for my dinner tonight. You can see that it's just velvety smooth. It's because I didn't put too much water in. I put about a pint of water in. You can put up to, it's either a litre or a litre and a half in this. You can see it's got the min and max lines on there. I tend to go closer to the min because I like a slightly thicker soup, but it is still smooth, and the potato adds that really velvety texture to it. This is the best soup I think I've ever eaten, and I've become quite obsessed with it. I'm making it every week at the moment because it is just full of vegetables, so it's all perfectly healthy, sits right well with my current plans of weight loss, and is ready in 20 minutes. And for a bowl of steaming hot soup, I would rather wait 20 minutes for something like this than open a can and buzz it in the microwave for a couple of minutes. So really, really enjoy this. If you like soups, then I really encourage you, A, to get a soup maker if you haven't already got one, and because it makes soup making a cinch, and to try this one if you like those kind of root vegetable type of soups. The chili adds a really nice kick to it. I would just put a little bit sprinkle of black pepper over the top of that before I serve it. I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into this one tonight.